disappeared during Mass, without a trace. It was a Sunday morning in 1642. The air in the Grand Cathedral of Würzburg, Germany, hung thick with incense and the hushed reverence of the congregation. Bishop Johann Georg Futz von Dornheim, a man as imposing in stature as he was in power, stood at the altar, his back to the pews. He was a figure known for his ambition, his lavish lifestyle, and his zealous prosecution of suspected witches. Mass proceeded as normal until the moment of consecration. As the choir swelled and the congregation knelt, a collective gasp rippled through the cathedral. Bishop Johann Georg was gone, vanished. Only his mitre, the tall, pointed hat of his office, lay on the altar where he had stood moments before. Panic erupted. Was it a miracle, an abduction, or something far more sinister? The bishop, after all, had made many enemies, and the timing during the most sacred part of the Mass, it felt deliberately staged. But by whom and why? The investigation began swiftly, led by the Domkapitel, the cathedral chapter, and fueled by fear and whispers of divine retribution. Every corner of the cathedral was searched, every secret passage explored. The bishop's opulent residence was ransacked, uncovering not only lavish treasures, but also ledgers detailing his vast wealth and loans, many of which were subtly coercive. Suspicion initially fell on rival religious factions, eager to undermine the bishop's power. The Protestants, still reeling from the 30 Years' War, were an obvious target, though they vehemently denied any involvement. Then there were the whispers of the persecuted, the families of women burned at the stake as witches, fueled by the bishop's fanatical campaigns. Could one of them have sought revenge in such a dramatic fashion? The city held its breath, gripped by fear and speculation. But the cathedral yielded no answers. The bishop had simply evaporated. But could such a large man truly vanish without a trace? Weeks turned into months, and the investigation stalled. Then came the first major twist, a confession. A young altar boy, Hans, confessed to witnessing the bishop being dragged through a hidden passage behind the altar by two masked figures. He claimed he was too terrified to speak up earlier, fearing for his own life. Hans described the figures as cloaked and hooded, their faces obscured. He couldn't identify them, but he did remember one detail, a silver ring on one of their hands, bearing the crest of the Truchsess von Pommersfelden family, a noble family with a long-standing feud with Bishop Johann Georg over land and influence. The confession ignited a firestorm. The Truchsess family vehemently denied any involvement, accusing the church of trying to frame them. But the evidence, circumstantial as it was, pointed in their direction. The feud was well known, and the ringlet was a distinctive piece. Was this the breakthrough they needed, or a carefully constructed lie? The investigation intensified, focusing solely on the Truchsess family. Their castle was searched, their servants interrogated. The leader of the Truchsess family, Baron Otto, was brought in for questioning. He was an arrogant, powerful man, used to getting his way. He denied everything, of course, but his alibi was weak. He claimed to have been hunting on the day of the disappearance, but no one could corroborate his story. Just as investigators were closing in, a second twist emerged. A local blacksmith came forward, claiming he had been commissioned by the bishop himself to create a secret mechanism within the altar. A mechanism that would allow someone to seemingly vanish during Mass. He claimed the bishop told him it was for a theatrical demonstration to impress visiting dignitaries. The blacksmith even presented sketches of the mechanism, proving its existence. But what was the bishop planning, and did this mechanism play a role in his disappearance?